Hey guys, Logan Richardson, Season 5, Episode 8. Criminal Minds. Here we go.
Since the dawn of man.
Please, let him go. Take whatever you want. Take anything, but please, let my son go.
My name is Professor James Fallon. I'm a scientist, neuroscientist.
You look like a
and I study the
friggin'
human
inmate.
brain. I analyzed all of them, 5 of which I determined were the brains of psychopaths. And it turned out that indeed these 5 were the brains of serial killers, some of whom you know.
John Wayne Gacy. Goodness.
In studies such as these, one looks at the biological factors, that is the genetics, and also the brain pathology. The 5
This
brains
seems
we
like it's
identified
targeted.
all had damage in the orbital cortex. Now, under the effects of the high-risk gene, the brain of the psychopath was bathed in way too much serotonin during fetal development. As an adult, this brain is now numb. So when the fetus reaches the day of labor, the potential serial killer is born.
That was disturbing. It's gotta be. This, like, without diving into this case, just watching what we watched, that looks targeted. And, like, personal, you know? He had to have, the actor had to have hurt himself. There's no way they've dragged out this idea that he got shot for this long.
Field Agent Ann Hudson. The father is serving in Iraq. 3 nights ago, the cops found his family buried over there.
That's terrible.
Neighbors heard the dog barking, came over, he was scratching at the grave.
Last year, the Williams family was killed and found exactly the same way. They lived in Newport News.
What?
Father Dan Williams was also serving overseas.
Now, the police are overwhelmed.
So it's targeted against
the military. We need some answers fast.
military families?
They're already calling this the work of a serial killer.
You're right, it is.
Why bury
Is he killing their...
I mean, it can't be to hide the bodies.
He has to be military background.
And when they're done being remorseful,
See, I'm thinking of this killer, military background, served. Something happened with his family, like his family betrayed him or died or something. You know, cheated on him, disowned him, treated him like shit when he was overseas or something. So he's like... or died. Something. That's my immediate thought.
he hides in the master bedroom, the outside finds him and shoots him.
And carries him out to the backyard.
But not the mother, she's dragged out.
It's quick and proficient.
No one heard these
The
shots?
mother and the boys, maybe. But Lucy's drowned and not shot.
Opportunity, I guess?
F-22 Raptor.
Yeah.
The father of the first family killed Dan Williams. Where is he now?
He put in for another tour of Iraq. An IED killed him 2 months ago.
Whoever did this knew both fathers were serving overseas.
Laura Downey's wedding rings are missing. Any other valuables?
We'll have to ask the husband.
It's gotta be
Laura was
cheating.
saying Only jewelry and watches were missing.
We just got a call from Virginia's Supermax prison. One of the inmates there has received 2 envelopes in the last 2 days. First envelope had clippings of the Newport News killing. Second envelope had media clippings of the Downey family.
Father last. Why, Carl? So he could see what happens to families when the head of household isn't strong.
So it's a copycat?
With her.
Children perish.
So, we're working with a copycat here?
It's too early to assume anything.
It's a copycat, but it's different. It's targeting military because they're away.
Until we're positive, none of this information leads to 7
Like, how dare you go fight for your country? You're not defending your
I think
family.
you should go see him.
We believe it was the work of a serial killer.
I'm sorry.
My neighbor Scott, Jack and Penny, and Downey.
I'd like to go home now.
You have to go.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
God. It's terrible.
He'll try to gain the advantage with me by asking why I'm not wearing my wedding ring. And then he will turn his attention to you.
So that's why you brought me along.
That's so
His presence will throw him off.
damn.
More than anything, he's going to want to see the images of the children.
We can't give him that.
We have to give him something or we'll get nothing from him.
Oh my god. Oh, come on, dude.
Isn't that,
And it's reinforced glass.
easy for you to say? He tore apart 14 women.
Open on 15.
Freaking psychos, man.
Hello, Carl.
Prentice,
That's
I know
weird.
all about you.
If this unsub's copying the Fox, then we profile him like the Fox.
Carl Arnold worked as a psychologist's assistant, right? Someone knew of that military connection.
Yeah, but it's still got to be the
Forms were
military
attacked within a month of
connection.
the father's being deployed.
Gave them time to settle in, get comfortable that the fathers weren't there.
And once inside the home, the Fox would live with the families and then become the father.
But not this unsub. He just
He
walked in and
just walks in
dispensed
and
with the family.
destroys them.
Living with them wasn't part of the fantasy.
The prints matched that of the Newport News killings. It's the same killer.
Family annihilators like the Fox, they start with one victim.
Once they feel capable, they move on to a second victim.
They don't start with entire families. There are more victims, we just haven't found them yet.
God.
Carl, it appears you have a fan.
Admirer. Not a fan. Big difference, right?
Is this the first time you've been contacted by your admirer?
I have many fans. Even my own website. No, you?
Your own website. God. I absolutely hate
You'd be astounded at some of the questions they ask.
giving them
I
any
have a log
any kind
of
of publicity.
I would love to.
I think there definitely needs to be a time limit before you even mention
Yes.
the names of these people.
Maybe later.
How is he? Oh,
Your admirer is taking wedding rings.
that's
Just
so
like
disgusting, dude.
Maybe not for the same reason.
Like how you took all of mine.
I remember this guy. Yeah, they're all in there.
You took mine. But then it's the children. You suffer most, wouldn't you agree?
You'd know more about
Dude
that.
killed 8 families, right?
Which is why you came to me.
I wonder, is he in here for life or is he in here like
I can help you
awaiting the
with that,
death
Agent
penalty?
Hodgson. I certainly can.
He doesn't look like he's awaiting it.
But I'll need to see those photos.
It's so disgusting, man.
These images will be his undoing and our way in.
But they're not just images.
That's exactly what they are.
We can't use Lucy like that.
It's a trade-off we have to make.
Why do we need him?
We are using a dead 12-year-old girl in a bathing suit as a bargaining chip for what?
To him, it's not just a photograph. It's much, much more, and we need to know what.
Okay, but why do we need him? I don't understand why his role, what his role is.
And you don't have to know.
Do we not already have all the mail that was sent to him? Like, we think he knows something drastic? Like he would tell us?
He's had a smattering of visits, a couple of whack jobs contact him, but nothing as direct as
You know,
this
I also
one.
don't understand why.
How are we doing
Why?
on the prints from the picture?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm still winning him. How are you holding up?
I'm with Princess.
Military families, they always fear the worst. They know their men may not return, but this.
So Lucy dies last, alone. This by itself doesn't really mean anything, but when we look again at the Williams file, we notice that the majority of the foreign fingerprints came from Karen Williams' room, which means the unsub spent most of his time in there with Karen.
And he must have separated her from the rest of the family.
Potch was right, this isn't a coincidence, it's a possible signature.
He goes after the little girls.
So I know that, but 2 families have died. No, I realize this breaks protocol, but...
It could be another year before the unsub feels the desire to kill again.
As horrific as these crimes are, this city doesn't have the resources to commit that amount of time.
He did take another
We have full access to all military records for the fathers.
Well, now at least we have access to the main hub between families. The dads.
All right, well, let's find out what connects them.
Other than the military?
This is the home of the Downey family. There were 3 children.
How old are the children?
12, 9, and 4. A girl and 2 boys.
Where were they found?
Over there.
Very interesting.
Laura, the mother, and the 2 boys were killed in the house.
Your daughter?
You watched the families for days.
Weeks. I got to know them. But not your guy. He doesn't need weeks. If he did, he'd stay longer.
Why?
But he literally walks in and takes them. And
So he can
gets
enjoy
rid of
them.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's literally like a mission he's on.
But what I don't understand is
Why they didn't separate the children.
Exactly. That way you have more control. No room for error. All I did was show them how weak fathers could be, that's all.
Every child you killed, you abused physically.
For this man, there is no sexual gratification.
At least I spared the fathers the grief of living.
I don't see how that accomplished a damn thing.
Please don't do this.
What?
Come on, let's get you cleaned up.
He's unraveling.
Danny!
He's doing it quicker now.
Lock the door.
Shit!
Please, hold up. Danny! Where are you?
You know, this is the one time I really wish he would have waited a year each time.
Mom?
Damn it!
The girl was suffocated, not shot, right?
Yes.
Just like the other 2.
Her name is Danny. She's 14.
And the father?
Afghanistan.
God
Does
damn.
this rule out remorse?
And sound. The Williams were killed a year ago.
I'm telling you, he's an
Were there any
ex-military.
military maneuvers going on in Langley at that time?
The annual air show, but nothing as big as this.
He's killed again, hasn't he? Luckily for me.
Luckily.
Now we're alone.
Dude, she would kick
You
your
say that
ass.
the families don't know the killer. Why?
And why?
You.
And now, you want to know what I did? I can show you exactly what I did to them.
Tell me.
Girls have much more to lose than boys. It's a fact, the female body can handle pain much better.
Margaret, if the Langley air show is the stressor, then Carl's admirer doesn't fit the profile.
A psychopath suffering a major psychological break doesn't brag about it, Hodge.
There was nothing you could have done that would have saved that family today.
Well, that's if I'm right about the profile.
I think you are. Carl's admirer doesn't have anything to do with these killings.
Well, either way, we need to know who is. Hodge, I want you to stay with him and find out so we can stop this son of a bitch.
Controlling through the Williams' emails, satellite phone calls, online phone calls, family photos, their life, all of it.
What about the Downies?
They're up next, and there's a ton to go
Can you please Garcia?
through. Zip. There's nothing here. I'm sorry, folks.
Garcia, widen the search.
Morgan already did. Ryan kept confined to everything.
That's just disturbing and
Abuse can have a long-term effect on any child, but for the abused
So
child
messed
who
up.
has the high-risk
Exactly, which would indicate the unsub experienced early pubescent three-dimensional mirror neurons which reflect an event similar to the one they're creating. I think this unsub was born into conflict.
But where was it born into conflict? When was the last time we saw anything like mass graves in the U.S.?
We haven't, not in our lifetimes.
Not within our borders. VICAP is national, not international.
Garcia, international databases?
Interpol is the biggest
It-
unit. They're in it.
It's pretty obvious that he's done this before, but the question is where and why.
Carl, I never thought that you'd be this
where
honest.
could the potential last time be?
Takes a good woman.
And as you so eloquently have been pointing out to Agent Prentice, all of your motivations were about sex.
That's so disgusting.
Motivations you learned from your father. You're also filled with feelings of extreme self-hatred.
Must be distracting. Working with someone so beautiful.
By killing the father's last,
Dude,
you were killing your own father. And ultimately yourself.
beat the shit out of
Over
him.
and over again. Why would we? It's so rare.
What is?
The killer's a woman.
A woman?
I'll let Morgan know.
Really?
Carl, just now you said that this wasn't over for me. What did you mean by that?
He's just getting warmed up. It's just... you don't see it.
Prentice thinks the unsub might be a woman.
That's why we couldn't find a sexual motive.
Wherever she's from, her father's a military man.
Zagreb, 1998, a woman and her 8-month-old baby are both killed. And then 2 years later, same prints show up in Modena, Italy. Then 2007, London, England, young couple both shot.
Serbian forces tried to ethnically cleanse over 40,000 Bosnian Muslims.
Mass
In the last
graves.
2 years, she moved to America.
The Balkan War lasted between 93 and 95, so if the girls represent the unsub, she's somewhere in her late 20s.
How did Srebrenica end?
It was a massacre.
Suffering from
I don't think this woman has anything to do with Carl.
There's no fixing how I feel right now, is there?
But it helped the case.
so.
And you did what you had to.
Agent Hodgner, before you go, there's one final thing I'd like to share with you.
Dude.
Let's just get this over with.
This unsub is armed and suffering a major psychological break, and she will not hesitate to kill
That
again.
guy should not be
She's
locked
white
up for
and in her
life.
20s. We believe
That's
she came to the U.S. a few years
so
ago.
She's
disturbing.
likely on foot. She could be Eastern European. She may speak little to no English.
She will try to fight her way out.
The Dowdies live less than a
thinks she's
mile
in
from the
war.
Foresters, which means she's somewhere in this area.
Oh, I thought that was her. That looked just like her.
Every one of these families extensively used this site for months, even years.
All of these family photos were printed by PhotoBug.
Isn't it protected?
Not from the people who run it.
They outsource work.
You'd have to
all over
hack
the
it,
country.
though.
So I took your profile, hacked into their employee database, came up with this list of potentials, one of which is a match that screams homicidal bitch. Her name is Rachel Carr.
Homicidal
born in
bitch.
Sarajevo in 1982. She was adopted by a family in Srebrenica.
USMC 1st Battalion Engineer. Jennifer, credit contact.
Sir, I'm gonna need access to.
I have a feeling she's not gonna go down without a fight.
Why are you always so slow or late? Come on.
Your admirer is exactly like everyone who contacts you. Lost.
My love, your guy is far from lost. He's already found you.
Please leave. Just stop talking to this guy. I can't take this anymore. Shit! Jesus! Well, I saw that happening.
I can't believe you can't see what he's doing.
What is going on?
He's torturing him.
Who?
It's great to see you squirm, Agent Hotchner.
Ah, shit.
Freya.
He knew you'd come.
Damn. Damn. Well, first off, that's bad. He's just messing with Hutch. That sucks. That really sucks. On top of that, I still think this is going to be a towards the end of the season kind of thing. It's just being built like that, you know, to where you're gonna see this towards the end of the season, you know, and we're probably going to get another moment between them, or we're gonna get a breakthrough, or something is gonna happen as far as Hotch and that problem that he's been facing. Flip side to the episode, I like how Reed, when he's in like a class or whatnot, and he's, you know, learning, everyone is taking notes and doing all this, and he's just like glued to every word, and he's taking notes, but it's mental, and he's getting smarter, which is crazy, but I love it. Let's move on to sentencing. In this case, this is a questionable one for me. With the idea that this individual suffering through a PTSD-like state does not excuse the actions. It is something to note. But see, the problem here is the kids. That's the biggest problem. I'm seeing all these kids and all these children just murdered. And for that reason, I'm going to have to say death. I can't. Kids involved changes everything for me. To whereas if this was just a bunch of adults, I could see where you'd have life and you would, you know, not necessarily in prison, but like a prison, but like prison hospital in a way, you know, because it's a massive mental thing going on there. But the thing is, kids are involved, and I'm not okay with that. And I think that is a definite line crosser. And yeah, I'm going to have to go death penalty here. But yeah. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. Loving this. Criminal Minds is great, very entertaining, very intense, creepy, freaky, horrifying to think about sometimes. Stuff like this is out there, and I like the glimpse inside the prison. I like the bringing back of a character that we put in prison who is as evil and awful as he is. And getting that talk and that kind of glimpse of, yeah, here's the guy who's been in prison for 4 years, and, you know, this is how he is, this is how he acts, and, you know, that's how things are for him. But like, video, comment, below, subscribe if you have not already. I'll see y'all next time.